Welcome to another deep dive. Today we're going to be looking into this uh, fascinating world of AI image generation.
Oh, yeah.
We've all seen it online.
Absolutely.
People are making some really incredible art using AI,
Yeah.
and we wanted to know how it works.
Mm,
So that's where these things called diffusion models come in.
right.
And we have some excerpts from Diffusion Models, a practical guide to AI image generation.
Okay.
We're going to try to break it down for you.
Yeah.
Get ready for some aha moments.
Okay.
Because the way this AI learns is kind of like a magic trick, but in reverse.
Oh, wow. In reverse. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm going to let you kind of start us off with explaining how these diffusion models actually approach this creative process.
Sure. So what's really interesting about diffusion models is how they approach this whole creative process.
Yeah.
You can almost think about it like watching a really beautiful sandcastle
Okay.
slowly getting washed away by the tide.
Mm-hmm.
And except in this case, the sandcastle is a perfect detailed image.
Okay.
And that tide is noise.
Right.
That is slowly corrupting it.
So the AI is learning to create by first watching something get destroyed?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Right.
But I'm guessing there's more to it than just that.
Yeah.
More to this magic trick.
Exactly.
Hmm.
The second part of the process is where things get really, really interesting.
Okay.
The AI has to learn how to reverse this whole process, to remove that noise bit by bit
Right.
and rebuild the original image.
Okay, so like taking that pile of scattered sand and figuring out how to perfectly reconstruct the sandcastle again.
Exactly.
Okay, so there's real learning happening here. This
Yeah.
isn't just randomly adding and subtracting noise.
Exactly.
There's an actual thought process happening here.
Yeah.
And this is what makes these diffusion models so powerful.
Yes, and compared to other AI art generators, diffusion models, they excel in creating realistic details.
Okay.
So think of it this way. Other methods, like VAEs, those are variational autoencoders.
Yeah.
They're really good at creating those basic shapes, like, say, the outline of a sandcastle.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have GANs, or generative adversarial networks.
Yeah.
They're better at capturing that overall style.
Yeah.
Like, is it a sleek and modern sandcastle, or is it more like a classic medieval design?
Right.
But diffusion models,
Yeah.
they're the ones that bring in those fine details, like the intricate carvings, the tiny shells pressed into the wall.
So it's understanding all of the little nuances that make it look realistic.
Exact.
But how does the AI actually learn to add this noise in the first place?
It's much more strategic than that.
Okay.
So in that forward diffusion process,
Yeah.
the model doesn't just add noise randomly.
Okay.
It uses very specific methods to strategically corrupt the image.
So is it kind of like a puzzle master?
Yeah, like a puzzle master.
Carefully scattering the pieces of a sandcastle,
Exactly.
knowing exactly how to put it back together.
Yeah. There are different architectures like UNet and DDPM that guide this process, helping the AI to understand both the big picture and the tiniest details of the image.
So the AI is the puzzle master.
Exactly.
Okay.
Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah. But the denoising process, I think, is even more fascinating to me.
Yeah.
Like, how does it figure out from this noisy mess
Yeah.
what the original image was?
So the AI has to analyze that noisy image, and it has to determine which parts are just random noise
Okay.
and which parts hold the key to reconstructing that original image.
So it's not just smoothing things over, it's really understanding the underlying structure.
Exactly.
Okay.
You can almost think about it like sifting through that pile of sand, looking for very specific clues,
What?
maybe the shape of a turret or the pattern of a shell,
Yeah.
that will help rebuild the entire sandcastle.
So it's learning to see through the chaos and pick out those pieces that are important.
Exactly.
But how does it go from reconstructing existing images to creating something brand new?
That's where the sampling magic comes in.
Okay.
So the AI actually starts with pure noise,
Okay.
like a blank canvas of static,
Mm-hmm.
and then uses its denoising skills to sculpt that noise into a brand new realistic image.
Okay.
It's almost like giving an artist a bucket of sand and saying, okay, now build a sandcastle, but use everything you've learned about sandcastles to make something really unique and amazing.
That's a great analogy because it's not just mimicking.
Right.
It's taking what it knows and building something new.
And exciting.
So it's actually creating
Yes.
based on an understanding of what it's already seen.
And what's even more incredible is that this process isn't just limited to images.
Oh, wow.
It's being explored for all sorts of applications, from text and audio to 3D modeling.
Okay.
This means we could potentially see AI writing poetry, composing music, or even designing buildings,
Yeah.
all starting from pure noise.
Yeah, now that is mind-blowing.
It's pretty wild.
It seems like this noise-to-data
Yeah.
process has the potential to change the way we create
Uh-huh.
and understand all sorts of information.
Yeah.
But before we get too far ahead of ourselves,
Yeah.
I want to hear more about how these different applications actually work.
Okay.
Let's dive into the specifics.
Right.
Starting with image editing.
Yep.
How are diffusion models being used to enhance and manipulate existing photos?
So when it comes to image editing, diffusion models are kind of like having a superpower photo editor at your fingertips.
So we're talking more than just Instagram filters.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Think about those times that you've taken a photo
Yeah.
and wished you could just remove something,
Right.
like something distracting in the background.
Mm-hmm.
Diffusion models can do that
Okay.
seamlessly with a technique called inpainting.
So it's like magic, making things disappear.
Exactly. And it goes beyond just removing objects, too.
Okay.
Imagine restoring a damaged old photo,
Oh, wow.
bringing back the details that have been lost to time.
Yeah.
Diffusion models can actually analyze the existing parts of that image
Wow.
and intelligently fill in those gaps, almost like an AI art restore.
That's amazing. I've seen those photos where they've taken like these really old historical photos and they've kind of restored them.
Yeah.
I never realized that AI could actually play a role in that.
Pretty cool.
But what about getting more creative?
Yeah.
Can these models do things like turn my vacation photos into a Van Gogh painting?
You're thinking of style transfer.
Oh.
And yes, diffusion models are fantastic at that.
Okay.
The AI can actually analyze the style of one image, like a famous painting,
Uh-huh.
and then apply it to another image, like your vacation photo.
So I could have starry night skies over my beach trip.
Exactly.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
It sounds like there's a whole world of artistic possibilities with image editing alone.
Hmm.
But you mentioned that diffusion models go way beyond just images. We're
Yeah.
talking text, audio, even 3D modeling. How is that even possible?
Remember, it all comes back to that core concept of noise to data.
Okay.
If you can represent something as data, a diffusion model can potentially learn to create it.
Okay, but I'm having trouble wrapping my head around how AI could write poetry using noise.
Yeah.
Can you break that down for me?
Yeah, so think of it this way. Language, just like an image, has its own structure and patterns.
Okay.
Words have relationships to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Sentences follow grammatical rules.
Yeah.
Poems have rhythm and rhyme.
Right.
A diffusion model, trained on a massive data set of text, can learn these patterns.
Okay.
Just like it learns visual patterns in images.
So instead of starting with a blank canvas, the AI starts with just a jumble of random letters.
Exactly. It begins with pure noise, but in the form of textual data.
Right.
Then, step by step, the model denoises this jumbled text, guided by those linguistic patterns that it has learned.
Okay.
And slowly, that random jumble transforms into coherent sentences, paragraphs, even entire poems.
It's like watching words assemble themselves.
Yeah.
And what about audio? Is it the same basic idea just with sound waves instead of pixels or letters?
You got it. So instead of adding visual noise to an image, we manipulate audio waveforms.
Mm-hmm.
The model learns to identify patterns in the way that sounds are structured,
Okay.
from the frequencies of a musical note to the intonations of human speech.
So AI could create sound effects for movies, compose personalized music, even generate realistic AI voice actors?
Pretty much, yeah. And let's not forget about 3D modeling.
Okay.
Imagine designing a complex structure, whether it's a building, a molecule, or anything in between,
Right.
by essentially sculpting it from noise.
Okay.
It's like giving the AI a lump of virtual clay and watching it shape it into something incredible.
All of this is truly remarkable,
It is.
but it feels like we've only scratched the surface of what's possible with diffusion models.
Yeah, we really have.
What are some of the most exciting areas of research that you're following right now?
There's a lot to be excited about.
Okay.
Researchers are constantly working on making diffusion models faster and more efficient.
Okay.
Imagine these models requiring less computing power, making them more accessible to everyone.
Right.
There's also a big push to make them more interactive,
Mm-hmm.
allowing users to guide the creative process in real time.
That would be incredible to collaborate
Yeah.
with AI as it's making something.
Yeah, in real time.
Not shaping the output.
Right.
Yeah.
Imagine an artist sketching out a concept
Yeah.
and the AI instantly generating variations based on different styles, colors, or textures.
Yeah.
It would be like having an AI brainstorming partner pushing the boundaries of creativity.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, it does.
And it's not just limited to visual art. Right?
Yeah, not at all.
This could be applied to music, to
Yeah.
writing.
Yeah, think about a musician jamming with an AI.
Yeah.
co-creating a melody, or a writer working with AI to develop a screenplay.
So we're talking about a whole new era of creativity, this
Yeah.
fusion of human imagination and AI ingenuity.
Yeah, I think so.
The possibilities are truly limitless.
They are.
But I can't help but wonder, with all this talk about AI's creative potential, is there a risk of human creativity being overshadowed?
That's an important question.
Yeah. Will artists and musicians become obsolete in this new world?
That's a great question, and it's one that we need to think about.
Yeah.
However, I believe that AI is more likely to augment human creativity
Okay.
rather than replace it.
So can you elaborate on that? I'm curious to hear your perspective.
Sure, so think of AI as a really powerful tool,
Okay.
just like a painter uses a brush
Mm-hmm.
or a musician uses an instrument.
Yeah.
Artists can use AI to explore new ideas,
Okay.
experiment with different styles,
Yeah.
and push the boundaries of their craft.
So instead of replacing artists, AI becomes a collaborative partner.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's about finding the synergy between human and machine,
Yeah.
allowing us to create things that would be impossible for either one to achieve alone.
That's a much more hopeful perspective.
Yeah, I think so.
It seems like AI has the potential to unlock a new level of creative expression,
Mm.
not just for artists, but for everyone. And this potential extends far beyond the realm of art and entertainment.
I think so.
Imagine the impact AI could have on scientific research.
Yeah.
Scientists could use diffusion models to visualize complex data in new ways,
Yeah.
potentially leading to breakthroughs in fields like medicine or climate change.
Yeah. And we've seen some glimpses of that already,
Yeah, I was going to say, we've already seen.
with AI enhancing medical images to improve diagnoses,
Right.
or creating visualizations of climate models to better understand the impact of our actions.
Right.
Exactly.
Okay.
And as this technology continues to evolve, the possibilities for positive impact will only grow.
Yeah.
It's a really exciting time to be witnessing the birth of this new era of AI-powered creation.
It certainly is.
Yeah.
But I'd be remiss if we didn't acknowledge that with any powerful new technology,
Right.
there are also potential risks and challenges.
Of course.
We need to be mindful of those as we move forward.
You're absolutely right, and that's something we'll explore in more depth in the next part of our deep dive. We'll discuss some of the ethical considerations surrounding diffusion models and how we can ensure that this technology is used responsibly for the benefit of all.
That's a crucial conversation to have, and I'm looking forward to delving into it with you.
Me too. So it's kind of like we're handing someone a set of incredibly sophisticated art tools.
Right.
It's amazing what they can create with it,
Yeah.
but it also matters what they choose to create.
Right. Like, are they using these tools for good
Exactly.
or for bad?
Yeah, and one of the biggest challenges that we face
Yeah.
is ensuring that these AI models don't perpetuate harmful biases.
Okay.
So remember, diffusion models learn from the data they're trained on.
Right.
If that data reflects existing societal biases, the AI could unintentionally amplify those biases in its output.
Okay, so for example, if an AI is trained mostly on images of men in leadership roles, it might struggle to generate convincing images of women in those same roles.
That's one potential concern, yeah.
Uh,
Or it might make assumptions about certain cultural groups based on limited representation in the training data.
right.
So it's crucial to carefully curate the data sets used to train these models
Okay.
and to develop techniques that mitigate bias in the algorithms themselves.
So it's like
Yeah.
we're not just teaching AI to be creative, we're also teaching it to be fair and inclusive.
Precisely.
Okay. And then there's the challenge of distinguishing between real and fake content.
Oh, yeah.
As these diffusion models become more sophisticated, it will become increasingly difficult to tell whether an image or video is genuine or AI generated.
Yeah. You know, we've already seen the rise of deepfakes,
Right.
those manipulated videos that can make people appear to say or do things they never actually did.
Right.
And with diffusion models, this problem could become even more pervasive.
So with these deepfakes, at least right now, you can kind of tell that
Yeah.
something's off.
Yeah, there's like little glitches.
But with diffusion models, because they're creating things from scratch,
Right.
it's going to be harder to tell what's real and what's fake. Absolutely.
And the potential consequences of that are significant.
huge.
Like imagine fabricated evidence being presented in a court case.
Right.
Or a doctored image leading to a misdiagnosis in healthcare.
It's a scary thought.
It's scary, yeah.
Yeah.
And it feels like we're in a race against time.
Yeah.
As AI gets better at creating pound,
Mm-hmm.
we need to get better at detecting fakes.
Right.
and educating people about the potential for manipulation.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
Media literacy and critical thinking skills are more important now than ever before.
And then there's the question of ownership and copyright.
Oh, yeah.
If an AI creates a piece of art or music, who owns the rights to it?
That's a tough one.
Is it the person who prompted the AI,
Yeah.
the company that developed the model,
Yeah.
or does the AI itself have some claim?
Those are really complex legal issues
Yeah.
that are still being debated.
Right.
And as AI-generated content becomes more prevalent, we're going to have to establish clear guidelines and legal frameworks.
It's like we've opened Pandora's box of creativity,
Yeah.
and now we're trying to figure out the rules of the game as we go along.
That's a really good way to put it.
But it's important to remember that technology itself isn't inherently good or bad.
Right.
It's all about how we choose to use it.
Exactly.
And I believe that despite the challenges, diffusion models have the potential to revolutionize countless fields, from art and entertainment to science and medicine.
Absolutely. We've already seen glimpses of that potential.
Right, like using AI to...
Yeah, with scientists using AI to design new drugs.
Right?
Architects creating buildings that push the boundaries of design.
Yeah.
Artists collaborating with AI to create works that blend human and machine creativity in breathtaking ways.
So the key here is to approach this technology with a sense of wonder, but also with responsibility.
I think so.
To ask ourselves not just what can we create, but also how can we use this power for good?
That's a great point. I think that's something that everybody needs to be thinking about. Yeah, as we wrap up this deep dive into the world of diffusion models, what's the one key takeaway you hope our listener will walk away with?
You know, I really hope they'll remember that we're at a pivotal moment in history.
Okay.
AI is rapidly changing the way we create and interact with the world around us. And diffusion models are just one example of this transformative power.
Yeah.
And it's up to all of us to shape the future of AI, ensuring that it's used ethically and responsibly for the benefit of humanity.
That's a call to action I think we can all get behind.
I agree.
Thank you for taking this deep dive with us.
Oh, it was my pleasure.
It's been an enlightening journey into the world of AI and its potential to reshape creativity as we know it.
It really has.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep creating.
Yeah, it's true that with all this incredible potential of diffusion models,
Right?
we do need to be asking some important questions
Yeah.
about the responsibility of it all.
Right. Like, how do we make sure that it's
Yeah.
being used ethically?
Exactly, because any technology that's this powerful has the potential to be misused.
It's like giving someone a set of incredibly sophisticated art tools.
Right.
It's amazing what they can create, but it also matters what they choose to create with it.
Absolutely. And one of the biggest challenges we face is making sure that these AI models
Yeah.
aren't perpetuating harmful biases.
Okay. Yeah.
So remember, diffusion models learn from the data that they're trained on.
Right.
And if that data reflects existing societal biases,
Mm-hmm.
well, the AI could unintentionally amplify those biases in its output.
Okay. So it's only as good as the data it's given.
Yeah.
So, for example, if it's mostly trained on images of men in leadership roles,
Uh-huh.
it might struggle to generate convincing images of women in those same roles.
That's one potential concern, yeah.
Okay.
Or it might make assumptions about certain cultural groups
Right.
based on limited representation in the training data.
So we have to be really careful about what we're feeding it.
Yeah, it's crucial to carefully curate the data sets that are used to train these models.
Oh.
And then develop techniques that mitigate bias in the algorithms themselves.
It's like we're not just teaching AI to be creative, we're also teaching it to be fair and inclusive.
Precisely. And then there's that challenge of distinguishing between real and fake content.
Right, because as these AI models get better and better,
Yeah.
how are we going to be able to tell what's real and what's AI generated?
Yeah, it's going to be increasingly difficult to tell whether an image or video is genuine
Right.
or AI generated as these models get more sophisticated.
We've already seen this with deepfakes, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Where you have these manipulated videos that can make people appear to say or do things that they never actually did.
Right.
But at least with those, you can kind of tell that something's a little off.
Yeah, there are little glitches and tells.
But with diffusion models, they're creating things from scratch.
From scratch, yeah.
So it's going to be even harder to tell what's real and what's fake.
Exactly. And the potential consequences of that are significant.
They are huge.
Imagine fabricated evidence being presented in a court case.
Right.
Or a doctored image leading to a misdiagnosis in healthcare.
That is a scary thought.
It is a scary thought.
So it feels like we're in a race against time here.
Uh-huh.
As AI gets better at creating, We need to get better at detecting these fakes
Right.
and educating people about the potential for manipulation.
I completely agree. Media literacy and critical thinking skills are more important now than ever before.
Absolutely. And then there's the question of ownership and copyright.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
If an AI creates a piece of art or music, who owns the rights to it?
That's the question, isn't it?
Is it the person who prompted the AI?
Right.
The company that developed the model?
Right.
Does the AI itself have some claim?
These are all really complex legal issues that are
Yeah.
still being debated.
And as AI-generated content becomes more prevalent,
Yeah,
we're going to have some very clear guidelines and legal frameworks.
absolutely.
It's like we've opened this Pandora's box of creativity,
Yeah,
and now we're trying to figure out the rules of the game as we go along.
that's a good way to put it.
But it's important to remember that technology in and of itself isn't inherently good or bad.
Right.
It's all about how we choose to use it.
Exactly.
And I think that despite the challenges, diffusion models have the potential to revolutionize countless fields, from art and entertainment to science and medicine.
I agree, and I think we've seen some glimpses of that potential already.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, scientists using AI to design new drugs.
Right, exactly, and architects creating buildings that push the boundaries of design.
Yeah.
And artists are collaborating with AI to create works that blend human and machine creativity in these breathtaking ways.
It really is remarkable. So I think the key here is to approach this technology with a sense of wonder and responsibility.
I agree.
Ask ourselves not just what can we create, but also how can we use this power for good?
That's a great point. I
Yeah.
think that's something we should all be asking ourselves.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into diffusion models,
Yeah.
what's the one key takeaway you hope our listeners will walk away with?
I hope they'll remember that we're at a really pivotal moment in history.
Okay.
AI is rapidly changing the way we create and interact with the world around us. Diffusion models are just one example of this transformative power.
Right.
And it's up to all of us to shape the future of AI, ensuring that it's used ethically and responsibly for the benefit of humanity.
It's a call to action we can all get behind.
I agree.
Well, thank you for joining us on this deep dive.
Thanks for having me.
It's been an enlightening journey into the world of AI and its potential to reshape creativity as we know it.
It really has.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep creating